Hello and welcome to Garion Reaver vs. Joe Diva's Lone Wolf HD Remastered, the full collection, Director's Cut, Ultimate Game of the Year Edition, The Magic Kingdom, now in hardback in stereo where available, and the Garion tabletop. This is the video game adaptation of, I'm not certain, it's either a TTRPG or a choose your own adventure book. I vaguely recall it. I don't know if I've ever played it. I used to play a lot of choose your own adventures when I was younger, but this came highly recommended. Let's give it a go. 3 difficulties. Enemies are weaker and they cannot attack you when a radial menu is opened. You will not get special items. They cannot attack you. You will get special items. They can attack you and you will get special items and more gold. Let's go with normal. You are Lone Wolf. Your life is not an ordinary one. You assess and counter all challenges with Make Your Choice. Multiple choice. The multiple choice menu lets you choose your path and write your own story. Pay attention to what you decide. Your actions shape the world around you. Click each icon to display its description. You always prefer a straightforward and decisive method, although it is often reckless. You carefully assess the details of any situation before attempting to overcome an obstacle. You rely on your dexterity and intuition to overcome any obstacle. Let us go with carefully assess. You counter all challenges with intelligence. Many other battles you have fought in defense of Summerlund, wielding your Make Your Choice. Swords generally do not inflict high damage but are quick and easy to use. Maces are heavy crushing weapons, slow to use but they inflict high damage. Axes are balanced. I will go with the balanced axe. Wielding your axe. You are more than a gifted warrior. You possess special Kai disciplines that give you mastery of Make Your Choice. Survival combines the skills of Master, Tracker, Hunter and Explorer. Healing restores your health and improves your meditation. Mind Over Matter lets you manipulate objects in your immediate environment. Mind Blast and Mind Shield transform your mind into a powerful psychic weapon. Let's go with Mind Over Matter. You are able to perform extraordinary martial feats. Animal Kinship. Let's go with the Mastery. Your sixth sense enhances your natural intuition, helping you identify and counter unseen dangers. Camouflage, no. Intuition. You possess special Kai disciplines that give you mastery of healing, mind over matter, weapon skill, and sixth sense for Summerlund and the Kai. Okie dokie. That is what I picked. Confirm choices. Is this your story? Is this your past? Yes, it is.
For many centuries, the Kai Lords defended their kingdom of Summerlund from the Dark Lords of Helgedad. Many battles were fought and won by the Kai, but finally came their demise. 3 years ago, the monastery of your warrior order was attacked by the armies of the Dark Lords. The Kai were destroyed. You were the only one who survived the final battle. All seemed lost, but you retrieved the Sommersword, the one weapon that can slay a Dark Lord of Helgedad. You slew Zagana, the Dark Lord leader, and saved your kingdom from destruction.
Oh, I'm so clever.
Now, the lesser Dark Lords hunger to take their revenge. It falls to you, the last Kai Lord of Summerlund, to crush their evil schemes once more.
No pressure then. Blood on the snow. You can turn the pages dragging them to the left or through double click. Click on the bookmark to open the tome interface and assess its sections. They will let you access everything you need to manage your character and story. Okay. Wow. You are Lone Wolf. I've read this already. No, I haven't. Oh, my quest is updated. You are Lone Wolf, the last of the Kai Lords and sole survivor of a massacre that destroyed your elite warrior order. You would prefer not to be where you find yourself now, in a narrow mountain pass blanketed with crisp snow, flanked by snowy timberlands where icy winds whistle through the branches and chill you to the bone. You would prefer not to be here, but duty has called you to this remote part of your domain. You are the Friel of this territory, and you are responsible for the safety and security of the hardy, summer-lending folk who live and prosper in the harsh, mountainous borderland. You have received a disturbing report of enemy activity along the mountain village of Rockstarn, and all the communication from the village has ceased. Fearful that the settlement may have been attacked by Giax or other Darkland raiders, you have come here to assess for yourself the true situation. After a seemingly endless trek through the snow and ice, you have almost reached your destination. Your horse becomes increasingly nervous as you approach the outskirts of the mining settlement. Oh, I'm so brooding. The smell of wood smoke is being carried along on the chill air, and its acrid aroma unsettles you both. This is not the reassuring smell of smoke that arises from hearth or furnace in the depths of winter. This is the smell of wanton destruction. Your heart sinks. You have journeyed here as quickly as the harsh weather would permit, but despite your valiant effort, you may have arrived too late. I can not do that. I can not waste any more time. I can be careful. The forest clings to the steep mountainside on both sides of the trail. The ground here is very difficult to traverse on foot and in posse. Bull on horseback. It comprises jagged rocks and loose shale interspersed with treacherously deep and narrow fissures. They are all covered by a blanket of ice and snow. It will be a very difficult route to take, but if you are able to keep the trail in sight, it would be a sure way to reach Rockstarn. You dismount and pat your horse's head. Good boy, you say, reassuringly. Then you retrieve your equipment and personal items from the saddlebag. The horse senses that you must leave him now and go ahead alone. He neighs, softly yet sadly. I'll miss you, father. I'm not your father. Fear not, dear friend. You have fulfilled your duty with courage. Now you must return alone to the monastery where you will be safe. Go as fast as you are able. We shall be reunited there before too long. Your horse lowers his head and affectionately nuzzles your shoulder. I love you, father. Please stop calling me that. His unquestioning love and loyalty warms your heart. With a last pat of his forehead, you send him on his way back along the track and mountain road that leads to the Kai Monastery. You watch him go until he is lost among the trees, then you steel your nerves and resolve to reach Rockstarn as quickly as you can on foot. You tackle the difficult ascent with dexterity until you find that the way ahead is blocked by a vast wall of snow. The obstruction is the result of an avalanche that swept down the mountainside a few days earlier, carrying with it many trees and loose boulders. The village of Rockstarn lies beyond this great wall of snow and shattered timber. It's going to be dangerous, but you decide to climb the avalanche. I can't do that. You feel there must be a way to clear the snow. Push the object. Making a decision through the multiple choice can trigger an action event. Be ready for anything or face the consequences. You can choose how to interact with action events in the game's settings. Keyboard on mouse. Click repeatedly until it is filled. Well, I would rather not do that. Oh, I have to do that. Hate spam clicking. Yes, take me back to the menu. Hope it saves where I'm up to, because otherwise that will be problematic. Action event is keyboard now. I can also change the font. Yeah, let's go with the Elder Scrolls font. It's a little bit easier to read, I think. You examine the wall of snow and discover that a large section is being held in place by a boulder perched precariously on the edge of a steep decline. If you're able to dislodge the boulder, the snowy wall of this section would collapse. It would create a gap through which you could pass to the far side without having to make the treacherous ascent to the summit of the avalanche debris. You scour the surrounding trees looking for a solid branch that you can use as a lever. Fortunately, you discover an ideal bow, strong and straight, and set to work fixing it in place behind the boulder. With all your strength, you pull on the end of the stout branch and feel the boulder start to move. There is a loud noise like the rumble of thunder. Suddenly the boulder falls away into the decline and the snow behind collapses, burying you completely. Fearing suffocation, you struggle to free yourself from the grip of this crushing white prison. After what seems like an eternity, you break through the surface and gulp down lungfuls of the cold, fresh, chilling, spiking air. You came close to being suffocated to death, and this near-death experience leaves you feeling shocked and acutely aware of your mortality. As you regain your composure, you see that the way ahead is now clear. A V-shaped cleft has appeared where the snow wall collapsed. You traverse the gap into the avalanche, but you are brought to a halt by something black and metallic protruding from the snow. It is the hilt of a sword. From its crude shape and black metal pommel, you deduce it is a Giax sword. With your hands, you scoop away the snow from around the sword's blade, and you make a gruesome discovery. The tip of this Giax weapon is embedded in the frozen chest of a little boy, 7 years old at most. You bite back your feelings of anger and revulsion. Carefully you removed the caked snow from the child's brown hair, from his head, and from the fragile shoulders of this innocent victim. You are filled with a great sadness when you see the look of sheer horror that is frozen, literally, on his tender young face. A small pendant hangs around the child's neck. It is made of some lending gold, and there is a name inscribed into it, Seric. You retrieve this pendant and put it safely in your backpack. Then you cover the dead boy's body with snow and say a prayer to Goddess Ishir to keep his spirit safe from the forces of darkness. Little late for that. You salute the boy's icy burial mound and press through the gap in the snow wall to the far side. You are now less than a mile from Roxstan. Beyond the gap in the avalanche wall, you find the village trail. It is open and clear of obstructions. You start to run along the trail, mindful that you have lost too much time already. Really progressing carefully then. You follow the road as it snakes gently through the high timberland, and it is not long before you see the path straighten as it approaches the entrance to Roxstan. A whirling grey spire of smoke is rising into the cloudy sky above this ravaged settlement. It is being carried along by the icy breeze that whips and howls through the main street. A rustling sound makes you freeze mid-step. Slowly you turn to face the sound and you see a pair of hooded amber eyes staring at you from the cover of the snowy foliage. They are the eyes of a wolf, an old male with a distinctive patch of white fur in the centre of his forehead. You sense that the rest of his pack is close by. The wolf pack leader nuzzles his way through the foliage and approaches you. Woof. Woof, he says. His thick grey body fur is highlighted with gold-coloured hairs that ripple and gleam as he draws closer. He is a powerful hunter, yet you have no need to be afraid of him. With a narrowing of his wise eyes, he warns you the great danger lies ahead. Yes, my friend, you murmur quietly. Yet face this danger I must. Here are my people, they are my pack. I am their leader, and I must protect them. Mountain Pass. The world map lets you decide which narrative section to unlock next. Pay attention where you choose. Also lets you access the merchants you've unlocked. Meditation is the skill that Lone Wolf uses to recover vitality points, endurance, and Kai power. You can meditate only before leaving your current location. If you're ambushed, you'll start the combat session with your Kai powers on cooldown. While moving on the map or during meditation, there is a chance you will trigger a random encounter. Alright then. What is this? Aha! Book interface. The red bar represents your vitality, the blue is your Kai power, and the green is your endurance. Each of these lets you access different sections. Remember to put your belt to good use, place potions or other items in its slots, and access them while fighting. Choose wisely. Attributes. The character sheets lets you check Lone Wolf's status. Useful information about fighting abilities, improved melee damage and Lone Wolf's natural armor. Intelligence improves Kai disciplines and Summer Sword. They did say it. And turn duration, cooldown only. Dexterity improves dodge, parry rating and the critical chance. Greel. Quick attack. Is Greel my axe then? I assume so. Shield, Greel and shield. Knives scabbard. Melee techniques, summer sword, and Kai disciplines. So I can heal. Power of the sun flows through you. Weapon skill, imbue your main weapon with Kai power. Sixth sense, sharpen your senses, gaining the ability to predict intentions. Lift some objects and hurl them at enemies. That's a cool name for like telekinesis, mind over matter. Sunburst, unleash the power of the summer sword as a surging stream of divine fire. And I can't do the other two. Lone Wolf. Oh, this is me. I'm so grim. Grim and dangerous with my little cute shield. Which is... I mean, I think shields can be designed with that to like have your weapon going through them, but I don't really have a weapon that's suited for that. I've got an axe. Current objective. Journal. The journal contains information about your mission. The Summer Sword. 3 years ago, you retrieved the Sword of the Sun after a perilous quest. Summerlund has been invaded by the forces of the Dark Lord Zagana, and you returned home in time to slay him. Seric's Pendant. Sly Knife. Small and specialized knife may not be a lethal weapon. If you're skilled enough, it can open locked doors and chests. Codex. Inside the Codex, you'll find information about the story. Progressively, you'll unlock more content. And then I've got Floroa Fungi Potion. It restores endurance. A Volco Blackberry Potion restores Kai power. And Lormspur Tincture restores vitality and endurance. And then this is my equipment. The inventory lets you change your equipment. Yep. I've got Kai leather armor, like leather armor, Greel, shield, knife scabbard, throwing knives. Those are the things on the belt. I also have Lormspur oil, Frylund broth, throwing knives, and lockpicks. All right, Rockstarn Village Gate. Yup we go. Whee! Do you want to write your story from here? The village of Rockstarn was once a thriving and vibrant mining community nestled among the slopes on the surrounding mountains. Life here, on the border with the Darklands, is harsh, yet the villagers of Rockstarn are a hardy and industrious community. They are fiercely loyal to you, their liege lord, and to the king Ulnar and the Sommerlund. Now Rockstarn lies silent and smouldering. The noise of its steam engines and its armory no longer echoes among the high peaks. Cautiously, you approach the entrance to the village. It is eerily quiet. The smell of wood smoke that you detected from a distance is now heavy with the cloying stench of death. You stare unblinking at the horrific scene that greets you. The blood-soaked and lifeless bodies of the villagers lie strewn around the streets. Many were cut down as they fled, while others died, fighting desperately to protect their loved ones and their homes. Recent snowfall has covered the slain with a thin white shroud, sparing you the unsettling sight of their gaping, frozen wounds. All around, several shops and dwellings have been badly burned or completely destroyed by fire. There are too many victims hereabouts for you to gather their bodies and give them a decent burial, as is the customary practice in Sommerlund. The terrible price that has been paid by the villagers of Rockstarn, partly as a consequence of your late arrival, weighs heavily on your heart. You close your eyes, raise your face to the cloudy sky, and make a silent plea to Goddess Ishir to gather and protect the souls of the slain. You open your eyes and advance along the main street, your nerves as taut as wound steel wires. Then you hear something. It is the sound of bare feet on fresh snow, and it's followed by the rattle of loose armor and a gurgling growl that sets your pulse racing. It is a Gyak. Ok ek okak tag chatnek, it drools through its sharp, uneven teeth. You recognize the foul Gyak language and know enough of it to translate the creature's chilling utterance. I bring you a slow death. Your fears are confirmed by the presence of this hateful Gyak. Rockstarn has been attacked by a Gyak raiding party. The creature stalking towards you is the only one of many now occupying the village. The Gyak closes in and defiantly you Stand your ground. You can expect to receive no mercy from this creature, and you will give none in return. Fight. Okay. Hello. When the action buttons appear near Lone Wolf's body, it means that it is your turn to strike. Each weapon grants access to a specific class of abilities according to its position and look. During your turn, you make choices before the yellow bar empties. You won't be able to attack or use consumables before it is completely refilled. Okay, I will. Melee. You can perform 3 main combat techniques with the weapon you wield in your main hand. A quick strike, difficult to dodge or parry. A heavy blow, slower, deals more damage, or a lethal combination. A melee weapon is wielded in the offhand. It also makes special combat abilities available in the circle menu. These actions are at a further layer of strategy. Try them all. The green bar represents your endurance, the resource to perform physical actions. Let's try a combination attack then. In order to perform a directional action event correctly, click and drag the arrow in the as suggested on screen. Okay. What am I pressing? It's keyboard, but what am I pressing? Was that... Oh, bugger. I ran out of time. Luckily, he's not very smart. Ow. Ow. Let's try that again, shall we? Combination. Okay. So it's arrow keys. It didn't tell me that. I tried WASD. I swear he just died. I swear he just got horribly murdered. Let's try a heavy attack. Oh, I don't have the thing for that. Summer. This holy weapon grants the ability of performing devastating fighting techniques because of its magic origin. In order to wield it, you need Kai power instead of endurance. Single cooldown is shared by all. In order to perform the charge, click repeatedly on the central circle. Well, if I'm not clicking, what do I press? What? What was I supposed to press? Oh my god, hang on a sec. Right control is the action key. Right control. That one there. I suppose it's next to WASD, but still, that's a weird button I would never have guessed. Sorry about that. Take it I can't do that again. Oh no, I'm out of stuff now. This is really weird combat. Luckily, he doesn't know how to move. The use of your range techniques is connected to the equipped ranged weapon throwing wives or crossbow. Ranged attacks consume ammunition. Crossbows have firepower as their main stat increases bolt damage. Fan of knives. Multiple targets. Throw. Multiple throws. Let's just try one. In order to perform a precision action event correctly, wait for the outline to touch the central circle. When it glows, click it. Gotcha. Very weak, though. In order to perform a precision directional action correctly, wait for them to overlap. Gotcha. I feel it gave me a bit of grace there. Can I hit him again? No, I ran out of time. Ow. I'm very bad at this combat thing. Okay, so that one I don't need to do a quick time event. Combination. Hello. Rah! And then he melted. I was victorious. Unbreakable, you've won a fight without healing yourself. I could have healed myself? I guess oh yeah, I have Kai moves. I forgot about those. Loot. 3 throwing knives, at least one that I threw at him. A fungi potion, a copper necklace, and a fine leather pouch, and 14 gold crowns. Take all. You derive no pleasure from killing, but there is only one survivor still alive. But if there is only one survivor still alive in this village, you vow to do everything you can to find them and keep them safe. You turn away from the Giak's corpses and scour the surrounding buildings for signs of life, but this part of Rockstan and its inhabitants were hit especially hard. Can I just quickly go into my inventory? Oh, it automatically equipped the necklace. Alright. It looks as if the Giaks wanted to make doubly sure that no one could escape and raise the alarm. The houses and stores are badly damaged, their once fine facades blackened and charred by fire. The closest building is near to collapse. Much of the roof has fallen in as walls are cracked and holed. Above the smouldering door you can still see a sign and make out the inscription Hankar's Store. The store is in such a dangerous condition that you feel it is unsafe to enter it. However, it has an attached warehouse that survived virtually intact. You try to enter, but the door was barred from the inside. You try to reach a large hole. You concentrate your mind over matter powers, or you rely on strength. Mind over matter! Was I supposed to be doing something there? Wait for the external outline to touch the central circle. Okay. Bow. Too early. Don't like quick time events. In order to perform a directional, click and drag the arrow as suggested. How do I click and drag with arrow keys? Oh, I don't. Okay, whatever. I just press. You put your Kai powers to good use. You detect that the door is secured by a plank of wood, held in place by 2 iron brackets. These brackets have been badly weakened by the fire. You will the plank to rise up and whirl about the storeroom. You hear a loud thud, followed immediately by an angry curse. Oh, so tag! The spinning plank has hit a Giak hard on the head. Lol, you said. That was cool. You sense there is more than one Giak in the store. Seizing the element of surprise, you throw the door open and rush into the store with your weapon raised, ready to strike. Hey friends. I'm going to murder you both. When you're fighting 2 or more enemies, you can choose which to attack by clicking on them. Some attacks can cause altered status to both enemies and Lone Wolf. Each status is a different characteristic and some of them are cured by elixirs. Physical damage over time. Fire, holy damage over time. Okay, there are a lot of these. I'm not going to be able to remember all of this, so I'm not going to try. He's stunned, so let's go with... Hit that one. Oh, bugger, I ran out of time. Dodge. Bugger, sorry. I keep forgetting I should be clicking things. Ow. Right. So he was stunned for a full round. Down. Right. Down. Oh no. Control. Oh, bugger. Control is a really annoying thing to click. Let's go for a heavy attack. I can't do a heavy attack yet. Now I can do a heavy attack. Sacrifice event. If you perform an attack event, even if you have no endurance, beware you will lose vitality. Okay. Well, 1 down. I sacrificed him. Ow. Remember, you can use your belt items. Kai disciplines. The Kai discipline action button is placed over the belt. When clicked, it displays your Kai disciplines. The blue bar is your Kai power. Automatically restores during a fight. And when you kill an enemy, your intelligence. So because I went for intelligence, I should be leaning into the Kai. Let's go for the weapon skill. And then combination. Get combined, asshole. Rah! I don't know. Don't ask where I got the sword from. I think it's just on my back. My axe just evaporated temporarily. It does that. It's magic. Stop questioning it. 4 lockpicks, 12 leather. Oh no, that's the value, sorry. Lockpick, weather, and potion, and 15 crowns. This was once a thriving general store, but now it lies in ruin. Its structure badly damaged by fires that were started deliberately by the marauding Giaks. Much of the stock has been looted or despoiled by these unwelcome invaders compared to all those welcome invaders. A map of Rockstar and the surrounding mountainous area hangs on the soot-blackened wall. This mining village is built on a plateau of rock overlooking the sunken forest. The entrance to its famous Bronen mines is located on the southeast part of the crater-like wall of rock that surrounds and contains the wooded depression. You suspect that the Bronen may be the reason the Gi Axe have attacked Rockstar in force. You search through the debris that covers the floor, but there is little of value to be found. You're about to stop your search and leave the store behind when the store's counter. You discover something that sparks your curiosity. It is a large wooden chest and it is locked. Therefore I must steal from it. It is my right. To open the lock you must find the right position for the pick. When you position the pick you try to force the lock with the knife. You can force the lock with the knife by dragging it to the left. You cannot while you are moving the pick. When forced the lock will start rotating depending on the pick position. Yeah, so this is very much like... It sounds very much like the Skyrim one, which I was really, really good at. I was so good at the Skyrim one. The Skyrim one gave considerably more feedback than this. I don't know how close I am. Unless I've got the exact right position, I don't know at all. There it is. Oh god, ancient locks are so easy to pick. You managed to pick the lock and now the container lies open in front of you. Look inside and find some valuable items. Throwing knives, potion, leather, superior leather, and lembas bread. I mean, launuma bread. When you leave the store and return to the street, a gust of icy wind bites into the exposed flesh of your face, and the sudden chill makes you shiver. The winter sun is completely obscured by the thick grey clouds, yet you are able to tell the time of day without its helpful presence. It is nearing midday. Redallion's workshop. I am going to leave it there. This was my first try of this really ever, and it seems quite interesting. Not quite what I expected, but I don't know what I expected really. Let me know what you think of this. I'm going to do a few more videos on this probably, and if there is interest I can continue it. So thank you very much for watching. Subscribe for more board games, card games, miniatures, and TTRPGs kinda like this. This is Joe Diva's Lone Wolf, and I will catch you later.